Yeah, welcome guys. I forgot one thing to tell you about one thing, but I think it's very important. I'm sitting in my net, in my mosquito net. Very nice. It is doing a great job. Um, because I was sitting outside making those other videos. My neighbor got not so pleased with me sitting outside. She doesn't like it. Or she doesn't like me making my videos at all. So she sent me a lot of flies. Since that I'm sitting outside there in the other chair, I don't have the mosquito net, so it was getting too much to focus on what I want to say and what I. So I'm just now sitting here enjoying the day. It's very hot. We are in Spain. Don't forget that. But I wanted to tell you something about something very interesting that I think that is also that will be also interesting to you. Um, three years ago, I was still in contact with my neighbors, the Shermans, the boyfriend and the girlfriend. Uh, Even one or two times I was at their place, and one time they came here to see my truck inside my tiny house and so on. So there was a time that those were the time that we were talking normal, and I thought we are all humans, we are all divine sparks of light, we are all light workers doing the work, um, the light work, because they gave themselves as light workers. That is what most of them who are so active to switch you off, they will give you they are more, they tend to give themselves to be new agers, spirituality, and light workers. But luckily, I think there's a reason why normally I'm a very gifted person when it comes to languages. I mean, I pick up the languages very fast. I didn't have a problem learning German, for example. I didn't have a problem learning Afrikaans. I didn't have a problem learning English. I didn't have a problem. So, and problem, blah, 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 blah. But for some reasons, I just Spanish. I don't. I have a blockage there when I want to learn Spanish. I have a blockage there. There is a reason why. I was not meant to speak Spanish yet, or not to understand into details yet because of what I'm experiencing now. It's another story. Anyway, I know why it is like that, but it's another story, and you don't have to necessarily know about it. David, that's the man. The woman is Pile, and the man is David. One day, I was always wearing this thing on my around my neck with a stone, with a crystal stone, a yellow crystal stone, because I chose that because this is what I've resonated with back then. And then and at times I you always used to see him sitting here at the edge of the street and doing things in the ground. And I was like, what is he doing? What is he doing? I didn't mind until one day he was complaining about my rooster because I had two roosters and they were in competition. When one is crowing, then the other one is crowing. He said, "Hey man, I'm a shaman. I'm a shaman. I need my peace of mind, and your animals are really your chickens are too loud. I mean, you might want to get rid of one because obviously they're in a competition for women, because when one is." And I said, like, well, it is true also because also it was also going me a little bit on my nerves because I also want my peace of mind to listen to myself, and then and every 5 minutes and every 2 minutes they're just going "Ah, caw, 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 caw," because they are in the competition with each other, who's the loudest, who whatever. Anyway, that's when I knew he's a shaman. And then also due to the other conversation that we had. But he didn't talk so much about his work. I even offered him one time to work together because I had an idea of a plan, of a project that I want to establish here. And then he told me, no, 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 no. Me and Pile, we only work together. Only work alone. We don't want to work with other people. But now I know why. I was talking about doing the light work and they're doing dark work. So it's quite clear. But they cannot tell me that they cannot work together with me because they're doing dark work, because they're doing the opposite from what I'm doing. So they just say, no, me and Pile, we just do our own work together, alone. Okay, no problem. I didn't take it personally. It's okay, it's fine. No, no, it can happen. That a couple just want to remain in their bubble and do their own work together. Choose that way, no problem. Back to my thing that I was wearing around my neck. One day, when I was sitting at their place, they offer me. Luckily, every time that when I come there, they offer me coffee or something that I never drink. They only offer me food or coffee. I never really drink because for some reason I never drink, or beer, whatever. I just never drink. And then one day, we was talking hands and feet with Google Translator, but he also speak a little bit English, and the woman too. So he managed to tell me, hey, listen, our spirit guide told us that we should not wear stones and crystals around us because that shows that we don't trust their protection and their guidance. If we tend to protection from the crystals and so on, that means that we don't believe and have faith in the protection of our spirit guides. This was his attempt for me. Now I got later on, but I didn't pay attention on it, and I continued wearing my thing. But later on, as I was getting to know their really true nature, this picture brought back to me on that conversation, and then I was explained that the whole time they've tried to attack me, the whole time, as they were playing to be nice neighbors and so on, the whole time they were busy trying to attack me, but they couldn't get through. And they thought that it's because of this stone that I'm wearing around my neck all the time, because I never put it off day and night. So that was their way to let me to move me. Say, oh man, that is true, and I will take this thing off so that they know. Okay, now we can attack him better. But I never put it all down. This thing I just fall off by itself. And when things fall off by itself, and it get messing, and then I don't know where it is. So for me, I know, okay, your job is done with me. And this is also what Sarah also tried, as I was at the other Bauernhof farm, and I was finding all these wonderful crystals, and then I was showing it to her because normally I thought that she would be very happy, because she's always used to boast about her crystals, that she's there. And because of my crystals, I'm untouchable because of my crystals, or whatever. So I thought that she would be a photo. And then when I was telling her that she was not really happy about me finding all those crystals. One day she even had the audacity to tell me, hey, listen, Geistwesen, Naturwesen, nature, the beings from nature, they contacted me and told me that I should tell you that it is not good for you to remove those crystals where you find them, because they are serving the purpose at that place where they are. And then I was asking myself, and I asked myself a question like, but I didn't listen to her anyway. I just continued gathering my crystals when I found them, because I believe that when something I found it, it was meant to be found by me. So I took it anyway. She was not happy about that. She was trying to let me know that no, I should not take those stones, whatever. But she knows. And also with David, trying to tell me that I should put this thing off because my guest Führer might not be happy with me because I don't trust in them, their protection. That's why I'm wearing this thing. I never also listen to them. I'm the person who does my own thing in my own way. And when I don't listen to other people's, the opinions of other people, they don't have so much weight on me unless I really also feel it that way from my heart. Then it is considerable. And the kicker was that when he was trying to find out how much do I know. And then he was telling me out of nowhere, he says, Jason, we go to the hoarder here, and then there are reptiles there. And then me and Pile, we go there and stand there and shout, Reptiles, go away, go home. Reptiles, you are bad, go home. And he was trying to see my reaction. Now that I know, when I got that picture again, I'm just being shown that, because I also didn't say anything again. And I didn't say anything, although by that time I knew what reptiles are, and I didn't really say nothing about rep. I didn't say nothing. Basically, I just didn't respond to what he's saying. But I could see that he's waiting for me to add something or to respond to him, but I didn't know what he wants from me, basically. So now that I get a picture that he was trying to find out how much do I know about reptiles and what is my opinion towards reptiles. How do I incline towards reptiles? Yet again, he could not also succeed there. And that's why now I know that basically he was talking about his own nature. He was just trying, in another word, just trying to tell me about his own nature, their own nature. Just trying to find out. And this is all the things that you hear in the New Age spirituality. Oh, the reptiles, go back home and go in your holes and go back. This you hear in the New Age, the light workers, when they talk about reptiles. So he wanted to see whether I am on that trap too, and if I can add more to my knowledge about the raptors. And like I said, they were busy. This battle, I said that it started 1 year ago. No, it didn't start 1 year ago. It started a long time. By the first moment that I stepped my foot on this land, that's when this battle started. I can tell you a whole long story about that, because to that point where we were communicating, it was also a long journey, because our first encounter was not a delightful one, not a joyful one. It was, and then for some few months or for 1 year, we didn't have any dealings with each other, not even talk to each other. Later on, they started again coming a little bit closer. Hello, hello, and then we started again and then I said, okay. I'm a kind of forgiving person, or person who doesn't hold a grudge, or who doesn't. Yeah, for me, what is gone is gone. It's finished. So I gave him another chance to get to learn to know each other again, and then. So this battle was, and also with this boom, boom. I said that when I came back from Les Cases, when it started. No, when I look back, I always used to hear this boom, boom, boom around this area. I just didn't know for what it is. And I always used to know that my neighbor, the woman Pile, she was sometimes shouting at me and doing those her mantra in the night and so on. And I was like, man, for me, this lady was just crazy. No, she's not crazy. She was doing her dark work, her voodoos against me. So she knew already who I am before I even knew who I am and who she is and what they are.